Please welcome Youth Fashion Summit Ambassador, Connie Nielsen.
Hello, everyone. For the past 3 days, I've had the absolute blessing of working with 112 students from 36 different countries, 64 different schools, who are going to be the future of fashion. And as such, they have been tasked with imagining what that future will look like. They have also been working on writing down what needs to change. And I don't want to take away anything from their amazing work. I just want to share with you just how bright and talented and wonderful these young men and women are, and I just absolutely loved working with them. I'm going to let them speak right now, so thank you so much.
We invite you to all close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. This clean air is a privilege you share with the person next to you. It is essential, and it is what binds us. Keeping your eyes closed, now visualize a factory, a shoe factory in Cambodia. Breathe in the air of this factory. Can you feel how heavy, how sweaty, how putrid it is? Listen to the sounds. Can you hear how loud it is? Can you hear the banging of sewing machines? Can you hear the hammering of studs into shoe soles? Now, return to Copenhagen and open your eyes again. Imagine a future for this factory. A future environment that is just as clean as in this room. A future environment that the calmness of this room conveys to this factory. Imagine a future of empathy and equality, where the fashion industry is a different industry and a community of change.
We are the collective voices of the Youth Fashion Summit. We represent 36 different nationalities from all over the world, but today we are united as the advocates of the future generation to act on the vision of the United Nations for global prosperity. For the last 3 days, we've been joined in forging collaborative relationships to improve inclusion and active stewardship of our legacy in society. By engaging with the Sustainable Development Goals, number 3, health and well-being, and number 5, gender equality, we urge you to work with us to alleviate suffering and inequality. Equal access to education is an important catalyst to build partnerships and transparency. Our goal today is to facilitate an ongoing shift of mindsets, leading towards a future where an alliance of all people make our resolutions a reality.
How many in the room know the name of a garment factory worker? Of a fiber farmer? Do they have children? Do they have access to fresh water? Right now, the industry is demanding too much of its most vulnerable stakeholders, women and children. Someone in this room has implemented on-site childcare for their workers. Another has replaced animal textiles with vegan alternatives. We want all stakeholders to collaborate, not compete, creating a platform of shared knowledge and best practices. This starts with each sector taking public responsibility for their impacts. Instead of working in silos, companies making a positive impact need to be transparent about their strategies. Only by leading through example can we enable systemic change.
All stakeholders
take first steps towards a circular supply chain. By investing in innovative technologies such as alternative textiles and closed-loop production, we can steward an industry that has a business model that is inherently transparent, and the need for virgin fiber will be eventually eliminated. This will reduce our unsustainable dependence on our scarce water resources, reduce the exorbitant amount of CO2 released, and the rapidly growing amount of microplastics found in our oceans each year. Responsible legislation is the first step towards achieving global health and well-being. We know the system is broken when a worker's legal minimum wage does not even allow them 3 meals a day. By investing in relationships and solutions at the local level, we can strengthen the global health of our industry.
We believe that fashion is a wonderful vessel that enables us to express our personality, our creativity, and diversity. However, there is a darker reality to fashion. We see an industry rife with gender inequality and the oppression of women and girls across every stage of the value chain. The Sustainable Development Goal 5 encourages us to acknowledge the many conscious and unconscious biases rooted within the system. It also inspires us to seek out new roads towards equality and empowerment for all genders. As we all know, but might not fully acknowledge, the fashion industry is driven by women. 80% of the garment workers are women. 66% of those are the same age as us standing on the stage here today. How is it then that a large part of these women are still oppressed and discriminated against in their everyday lives? No matter if it is a buyer earning less than her male colleague, or a garment worker who has to fear for her safety within the factory.
We want a reality where humans come before profit and men and women are treated equally at all stages. By being the innovative frontrunners of the fashion industry, we insist that you take the initiative and recognize the benefits and potential of diversity and inclusivity. We now have the evidence that this works. Diversity delivers across culture and profitability. We urge you to harness this opportunity within your organizations by offering education as a driving force for acceptance of gender as a spectrum, with the ultimate aim to empower all people within the value chain, where we continue to challenge existing mindsets and relationships are rooted in honesty and compassion. As actors within this human collective, we want you to do what you do best. Use your creativity, energy, and industry to alleviate the suffering of the oppressed.
We, the changemakers of the Youth Fashion Summit, call upon you, members of the audience, to make this future that we have imagined a reality. To the CEOs in the audience, we expect you to go beyond profit motivations and redefine value as the health, well-being, and equality of all humans. The prosperity of this investment will manifest itself throughout your organizations. To government representatives, we urge you to form legislations that demand gender equality throughout all industries and stop suffering within the supply chain. To non-governmental organizations, we encourage you to take advantage of your independent perspective and influence on the fashion industry in order to guide the changes to come. To the media, we ask that you become a platform to acknowledge the disconnect between practices and promises of equality and that you share our demands for the future of the fashion industry.
To the manufacturers, we require that you give voices to all of the workers in the value chain and that you are transparent in all of your methodologies. And finally, to the consumers, we want you all to be conscious in your decision-making, using your purchasing power to inform the industry of our collective investment in the equality and well-being of all. We have the power to disrupt the fashion industry, to make sustainability and equality the new normal. Now, I want you to take another deep breath with me. Inhale and exhale. Consider the legacy that we will leave on the planet for the air we breathe today and for the air to be inhaled by our great-great-grandchildren. Thank you.